Product quality improvement is the heartbeat of business competitiveness for the long term. Research and development (R&D) plays a pivotal role in the improvement of product quality. Price changes, which can shift market share instantly, or marketing campaigns, which can influence demand through perception, are both generating impact in the short term. However, R&D decisions, which can add value to the customers through quality improvement and add value to the company through cost improvement, are generating impact that is cumulative and takes time to materialize. R&D expense is a long-term investment, and the gain is never instantly visible. R&D decisions determine how the product would evolve to meet customer expectations and how the company position itself against competitors in terms of quality, features, and cost efficiency, etc. Welcome to Lesson 4. In this lesson, we move away from the quick fixes of price changes and marketing campaigns and move into R&D investment, the heartbeat of the competitiveness of a business, without which no business can survive the competition in the long term. In this lesson, we will dive into R&D management and explore how R&D investment influences competitiveness of the product as well as the company. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to understand the strategic value of R&D is continuous improvement to match competitors. A company that stagnates in its offering will not survive because the competition will not let you live. Recognize the risks involved in R&D. The effect is uncertain and slow to materialize. Innovation may result in unaffordable product or can be unattractive to customer despite being technologically superior. Apply disciplined analysis using a business intelligence decision matrix to make R&D investment decisions. You will be equipped with a disciplined framework for understanding and managing R&D decisions. The emphasis is on managerial judgment under uncertainty, not on scientific or technical execution. R&D decision in the business simulation game is about a strategic investment which must be justified, monitored, and adjusted using evidence, cross-functional coordination, and financial logic. Precisely because the outcome of R&D decisions is uncertain and delayed, R&D management must receive even greater vigor compared to other capital investments. Let's get started. From a strategic perspective, R&D decisions are meant to support competitive advantage. Strategic advantage arises when a company is able to deliver superior value to customers or is able to operate at a lower cost than its competitors, or better yet, do both in a sustainable way. By improving the product, enhancing the processes, and enabling differentiation that competitors find difficult to replicate, the contribution of this strategic advantage is to create new demands and enable the product to command higher prices. However, it is critical to recognize that the effect of R&D takes a while to materialize. In the business simulation game, the effect of R&D exhibits itself as a product quality index. For example, 0.4 that moves very slowly, spurred by R&D investment made over multiple business periods. The product quality index moves down in the absence of R&D investment, again, very slowly over multiple business periods. This is a realistic representation of the nature of R&D investment. In the business simulation game, how quickly R&D investment can produce results is determined by the R&D effect, a business environment factor that applies to all the companies playing the game. The R&D effect can be set to high, medium, or low, representing how responsive the product quality changes to the R&D investment made. High means improve quickly and a lot, and low means improve slowly and very little. The R&D effect is set before the game starts and will remain unchanged throughout the game. It is also critical to recognize that, in reality, R&D investment may fail too. A technologically superior product may fail to generate demand or cannot be produced profitably. However, in the business simulation game, this uncertainty is ignored. R&D investments only influence the product quality index positively. R&D investments typically fall along a spectrum from incremental to radical innovation. Incremental innovation focuses on continuous improvement, better quality, improved reliability, lower defect rates, or modest feature enhancements. These investments tend to have relatively predictable outcomes and integrate smoothly with existing production systems. Incremental R&D is especially important in competitive markets, where companies must at least match competitors' offerings to maintain relevance. Radical innovation involves significant departures from existing products or processes. While radical innovation can produce substantial long-term rewards, it also carries higher uncertainty, longer development cycles, and greater organizational disruption. In the business simulation game, radical innovation is discouraged. Radical investment in large sums will not give you radical change in the product quality index, nor radical change in potential demand. In the business simulation game, improvement in product quality index has the effect of improving potential demand. But if it is not supported by marketing to improve the product image and production allocation to satisfy the potential demand, the effect of product improvement would be neutralized. Strategically effective R&D is therefore cross-functional by design. It requires ongoing coordination with marketing to understand customer needs, with production to ensure feasibility and cost control, and with finance to ensure that investments are sustainable. R&D should be understood as an integral component of the company's decision value chain. The optimal R&D strategy in the business simulation game is steady and incremental R&D expense. For example, invest 5 to 10% of revenue in each round, overspending temporarily only to catch up with competitors to regain position. It is critical to recognize that R&D decisions compete with other decisions for precious capital needed for the operations of the business. Finite capital is split among all the expenses, and expenses representing quick fixes such as marketing, maintenance, etc., would naturally have priority over R&D decisions. If the company is short of cash, R&D investment would be the first thing to cut. While underinvestment protects short-term profit, it erodes future competitiveness in the long run. You will apply the plan, do, check, adjust cycle to make decisions in the operations of the company over multiple business periods. You will generate a business intelligence decision matrix like this one as a tool to help you make sound and logical decisions on R&D expense. The decision column is R&D expense. The outcome column is product quality index. The KPI column is ranking amongst competitors. During the lessons, you are at the middle of a business simulation game that had gone through 4 rounds, and all the data and information are at your disposal. You just need to find them. You can find the decision on R&D expense in the business decision history page. You can find the product quality index in the status product image page. You can find the ranking against competitors in the status product image page. You must fill up all the cells. Ask these questions and answer them yourself. How did product quality index respond to R&D expense over the past rounds? How did the ranking of company change in response to R&D expense over the past rounds? Track quality changes across multiple rounds. Observe trends and changing behavior. Evaluate whether decisions improved or worsened outcomes. Make discipline adjustments for the next round. The rule of thumb that may help you. Even if better product quality tends to increase demand, you cannot tell what extent R&D is responsible and not marketing. The optimal R&D investment strategy is steady and incremental at 5 to 10% of revenue, and the target you could chase after is really the ranking of your company amongst your competitors. In the business simulation game, you can identify competitors that are near you in the product quality index and product image index. Your decision on the R&D expense could be overspending temporarily only to catch up with competitors to regain position. Start with reviewing your performance in the past rounds. Go over the control steps. The goal is to assess the effectiveness of R&D expense decisions. The standard that defines good performance is the position you plan to achieve in the ranking amongst competitors. The performance to review is the ranking position. The correction that can be made is to invest more or invest less in the next round. Having decided on the correction, go over to the plan steps. Now, go over the plan steps. The goal is to optimize R&D expense to maximize business. The strategy is to invest 5 to 10% of revenue. The forecast is the position of your company amongst competitors in the next multiple rounds. The budget is to commit cash for the R&D expense. Ask the question and answer it yourself. What do I want to happen in the next rounds, and how much should I invest in the next round? After each round, reflect on: did you balance cost and reliability? What risks did your R&D investment choices create? How did competitors influence your decisions? Product quality improvement alone cannot reap the benefit of the customer preference without the support of marketing to generate the image and production to meet the increased demand. R&D should be understood as an integral component of the company's value chain. Decisions made in R&D will influence and are also influenced by marketing, production, and finance. Unless these components work together in a coordinated manner, R&D investment could not bear fruits, which is the creation of demand.